And really, it's not a huge dramatic difference. I played some Squiers downstairs the other day. I ran the rack of Squiers and was asked to select one, and I picked up an Affinity, and it played amazing. And it's $140, I believe, was what they're telling me. I couldn't believe how well it worked, how well it was set up for a budget instrument. Like I said, the other day I ran the racks of Squiers. The question was, which Squier would I buy with a $300 budget? And I picked that orange Affinity. It played great. I couldn't believe it. Thinking back when I was a kid. Sure, thank you. When I was a kid, my parents, for $400, bought me a Cortez. Not even a Cort, a Cortez.
Why'd you pick this one? What was it about this one?
When I kind of looked up, I liked the color. I liked the fact that it was somewhat vintage, but had some custom look to it. This wasn't a vintage color, big head. It was cool for me to try out, and I was really amazed at the quality of it. That's a given here, but the neck feel to me is definitely the most important, and that's very personal. There's countless neck shapes. Some are, even though I have fairly large hands, I don't like a big neck, so right out of the gate I can tell I dig this neck shape. Immediately I can already feel that I could get along with this. If this had a giant neck, it would immediately wouldn't even make it through the running. I wouldn't even want to play it. It could sound great, but I would just have difficulty with it. It wouldn't be comfortable for me for more than one song, let's say. So I like it. It's small. Step one. It's a satin finish on the back of the neck, so it's very friction-free, and that's just, all right, that feels good. Smooth, fast, etc. So far so good. Right? All right. I'll just kind of...
Does weight matter to you? Do you care how heavy or light a guitar is?
If it's exceptionally heavy, that might give me some issues. Taking this down, this felt medium weight. This is good. This is real good. Yeah, this is great.
When I asked you, I said, does weight matter? When you said, yeah, if it's extra, if it's overly heavy, is it because you don't like the weight, the feel of the weight, or is it because you know something about the wood, or that there's something that a heavy guitar flags you as a builder?
Yeah, both. And also extra light. I can't get along with really light guitars, more so because of the tone. I feel that there isn't enough grunt to it. It just sounds a little wimpy and thin on super light guitars. I'll get to playability in a second. A couple little things I just will do to sort of check the neck. I'll use the string as a straight edge, so I'll fret on the first fret, and I'll put my pinky on the last fret, and I'll look at that relief. That is spot on perfect. That's really good. On the treble side, see a little bit of clearance right there?
Right.
That's good. So there's no wonkiness to the neck,
right?
Which you'd hate to find that out later. Like,
right.
This isn't good. So neck seems good. So playability, I would assume that's next. Squat down here a little bit. Just kind of rock through some chords. Feels good. It feels like the nut has been cut well. That didn't fret out or anything. That's way over a full step, no fretting out. Cool. Plays good, frets look good. There's no popping out going on here, which I'm not sure how the climate is here, but seems like the shop has got their act together. There's no fret sprout. You know how that feels, right?
Yeah.
The board shrinks because of low humidity and the frets feel like they're popping out. That's plenty smooth.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So far so good. Straight up Strat configuration.
Do you have a saddle preference versus bent saddles versus
bent
this?
saddles. I would choose that. I like that.
Yeah, bent saddles.
String spacing. This looks good. It looks like this might be the narrower spec, 2 1/16.
How are you detecting that?
Well, visually by the distance from the high E off the side of the neck. So you can see there's a fair amount of space between the string and the edge of the board.
Looks like 2 millimeters, right? About? Does that look right?
Yeah, maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah.
That's a lot of real estate, so you can do some vibrato and not fall off the edge. A lot of vintage spec bridges, or all the vintage spec bridges, are wider here, and that high E can get dangerously close to the edge, especially if the tops of the frets are heavily rolled. You're right on the edge of the cliff, and it doesn't take much for the string to fall off. So tuners look good, sealed gears. They probably feel really smooth, and yeah, that feels good. 2 string trees, which is not vintage correct, but
Right.
for the fact that there's a spacer underneath really minimizes that break angle over the nut. So I'll check how the nut is cut.
Okay, so you like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little surprised that it's as dialed in as it is too.
This guitar is sub $250. So you know.
That's how much a setup is. And the setup on this is really good.